Welcome to this Windows and Computer channel, and this is the Tech News Update. We are Friday, September the 28th, 2018. And today, in our Tech News Update, well, there's a group, if some of you remember the name, a group of hackers called Fancy Bear, which is the Russian hacking group, and it's been involved in a lot of hacking around the world and a lot of, spreading of botnets and all sorts of malware. Well, ESET, the security and antivirus company, has found the first ever UEFI malware that installs so deep into the host system that it's almost impossible to detect. The rootkit evidence, the first evidence of the unified extensible firmware interface, which is what replaces pretty much the BIOS. It's called LoJax, and apparently it is something to be worried about, as it actually has demonstrated that you can actually really, if you wish, basically infect and use, any machine by infecting its UEFI firmware. After backlash from Microsoft, of course, this summer, they had postponed the retirement of the classic Skype version 7, and people thought, well, this is going to be, good, we're going to be able to use it for a while. But now it seems that the date is looming again, as users will gradually be asked to move to the modern version 8, and this apparently is in November. So starting November 1st, you'll kind of be forced to go to the new version, and you'll have no choice but to do it. Tori botnet is interesting because it's discovered by Avast, which is a maker of antivirus and security software, and it uncovered that the Tori botnet is actually a very advanced Internet of Things device malware that is creating a massive botnet around the world. They also found that what is very particular about this one is that it's easy to be reprogrammed to do whatever you want. You need the distributed denial of service attack. You just instruct it to do so. They need to spread some malware. They need to snoop on your data. They just change the code and do whatever they want. And it spreads through flawed devices, of course, that have no security updates. And it comes from the dark web, apparently, and it's actually spreading through Telnet. So, these are news of probably something to come at some point. I was thinking while doing this as when will be the next big attack on the internet that will just screw up the web for everyone. Starting with October 2018 update, Microsoft will start offering smaller download size for Windows 10 versions. It's going to start with the enterprise version. What's happening right now is if you download an image of Windows 10, you actually download an image that contains both the 32 and the 64-bit versions. Now what they are going to do is actually have the 64-bit version downloadable on its own. The difference, your image will go from 4.8 gigabytes right now to 2.6 gigabytes, and will even be smaller at 2.2 gigabytes for 32-bit versions. So this is going to start with enterprise and also spread to regular users at some point. Well, a report that's been checking the U.S. Voting machines says that half of U.S. states are using voting machines that have known security flaws. And the worst part about it, no one seems to be doing anything about it. And of course, these are voting machines. It's kind of important to understand that, these machines should be extremely secure. Well, Facebook is in hot water again. How about that? Now, what they are doing, which now I find to be extremely a bad idea and really, really unacceptable, is that if you have activated, I have, two-factor authentication with your Facebook account, well, you know what? You are actually going to have ads served because of your phone number and the information they can actually get from it. And you know what? When we do two-factor authentication, I'm sorry, but it's not really to basically have anything to do with, using my phone number for something like that. it's really the phone number should be only used for two-factor authentication. That's a very bad move. Of course, Facebook did acknowledge that they do it. Vivaldi browser has been released at version 2.0, and we'll take a look at this with a host of changes and explains how the browser can be customized to do pretty much whatever you want in a bid to lure users away from the mainstream browsers like Google Chrome and Firefox. So look for a video coming up today, probably at some point, where I will be taking a look at the Vivaldi 2.0 browser. Spotify is starting to crack down on friends that are sharing your family plans because what happens is a lot of people actually subscribe to the family plan and then share it with friends saying that they're family. But of course, the Spotify has said in the regulations, it says that the family plan is for people who reside at the same address. So they have been sending out emails to users requesting that they give their GPS coordinates or lose access. Well, would this happen or not? Personally, it would be kind of nice. So the guy on the left is a Taiwanese hacker that claims that on Sunday he will do a live stream and demonstrate that he will delete Mark Zuckerberg's Facebook account. And so is this just a way of getting some publicity? Is this real? It's going to be interesting to see, but one thing for sure, now that he announced it, I'm pretty sure Mark Zuckerberg's account will be double-checked and triple-checked on Sunday to make sure nothing happens. If WhatsApp co-founder had it its own way, we would have to pay to send messages through the app. And of course, this is what we learn as the fight continues with Facebook acquisition of WhatsApp and the fact that co-founders are going mad. Basically, they're all kind of ranting at each other. That's, not the best way to actually have a business. And this was the Tech News Update for Friday, September the 28th, 2018. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe, give us thumbs up. Thank you for watching.